Today we're going to learn how to write an equation in standard form with decimals. So we're going to look at two examples. The first example, we're going to look at the equation 1.6x minus 3y is equal to 2.4. And so you can see here that in order to be in standard form, the a, the b, and the c have to be integers. They can't be decimals. So what we can do here is multiply both sides of our equation by 10 in order to change the decimals into whole numbers. So I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 10. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side to make sure that the equation stays in balance. So everything on the left side is going to be multiplied by 10, and that's going to move the decimal point one place to the right, making this a 16x minus 10 times 3y is 30y. And then 2.4 times 10 will move the decimal point one place to the right and make it a 24. Now I want to check to see that my equation is simplified. And I notice here that a 16, a 30, and a 24 are all divisible by 2. So I'm going to divide everything on the left of the equation by 2 and everything on the right by 2. So that's going to make this 8x minus 15y. And on the right here, my c value is going to be 12. So now I have this equation written in standard form. Now we're going to take a look at another example. Our second example is going to be written in slope-intercept form. Y equals 4.5x minus 7. So in order to get this into standard form, I'm going to have to get the term with the x over on the left side. To do that, I can subtract it, but I have to do that on the left side as well. Now I'm going to have negative 4.5x plus y, and on the right I'll have negative 7. Now we know that we can't have a negative term as our a value. The a has to be positive. So in order to make this positive, I can multiply everything on both sides of the equation by negative 1. Now that's going to make this a positive 4.5x, and this is going to become a negative y. And then here, negative 1 times negative 7 is positive 7. But we also know that we can't have a decimal if it's going to be in standard form. So to take this number 4.5 and make it a whole number, I can multiply by 10. But if I multiply by 10 on this side, I have to multiply by 10 on this side of the equation as well. So multiplying 4.5 by 10 will make this a 45x. Don't forget that you also have to multiply the y term by 10 also, so minus 10y. And then here, 7 times 10 is 70. Now you want to double check that your equation is simplified, and you can see here that a 45, a 10, and a 70 are all divisible by 5. So 45 divided by 5 is 9, 10 divided by 5 is 2, and 70 divided by 5 is 14. And there we have the equation in standard form.